Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be in the world. I'm Sarah Jane, and welcome to Thoughtful Nuggets and Pearls on Gift of Healing TV. The topic for this conversation, or this share, hardly a conversation with just me, talking head if you like, honouring our differences. And we are all different. We are all unique. Our upbringing, our schools that we went to, the religious environment we were brought up in, the experiences we've had, and our reactions to those, how they've affected us, makes us all unique. Because even if somebody had exactly the same experiences in their life that I've had, they could have reacted to them differently. It doesn't make either of us right or wrong. It just makes it our experience. As I was sharing sort of on another program, actually earlier this evening, what I went through as a child, that anticipation every time my parents came to see me in the hospital that they were going to take me home. And that becomes a feeling in the pit of your stomach. But because I was there for 3 months, and every time, obviously, up until that very last time, they had to leave me, they had to go home without me, that feeling was relabeled, if you like, by me as a feeling of fear, of rejection, of something not good happening, because being left behind in hospital wasn't good for a little one that's a fraction under a year old, very early a year old. It was only when something happened many years later and that same feeling came up, and it was just suddenly that I knew what was going to be happening that day. And I understood that that wasn't a feeling of fear. It was a feeling of anticipation, of excitement, of what was going to happen that day. So our experiences can support us to label things, feelings, because of the experiences we've had. Whereas actually, those feelings could have a totally different label, and almost an opposite label, because we're very good at labeling things. And I suppose that's how we differentiate things, is by giving them a label of good, bad, hot, cold, light, dark. It's a label of something that helps us to hopefully understand what it is. When you are with people that appear very different to you, do you listen to them? Really listen. And I'm not talking about conversation about religion or politics. Yeah, if you want to get into that, that's fine. They're topics I tend to stay away from personally. Do you listen to them? Do you listen to their experiences and the feelings they've brought up in them? Do they listen to you? Because it works both ways. And we are different. And that is what makes this such a beautiful world. But what we have to realize is that, yes, we have our differences, but there is an underlying similarity. We all wish to be loved. We all wish to be heard. We all wish to have a voice. We all wish to have a roof over our heads, clothes on our back, food on the table. a loving family, security. Maybe we have considerably more similarities than we have differences. Are we listening to an upbringing that says, don't listen to that, don't listen to the other, don't listen, that color skin isn't good, that religion isn't good, that politics isn't good, that whatever isn't good? We're listening to judgments. And personally, I don't believe it is for any of us to judge anybody else, because we have not walked in their shoes. We have no idea the experiences they have had. Would we be exactly the same as them if we had walked in their shoes? Would they be the same as us if they had walked in our shoes? Probably not, because of our character, if you like. I'm just trying to think of another word that I could use for that. But what I went through, and I became a people pleaser. Other people could go through something similar, and the anger and the bitterness around that experience could make them be something totally different to the way I became. Our experience may not have been very different, but how they've affected us could be. It is for us to try and listen to understand. We still don't have to like it any more than they have to like it, but it is honoring the differences, honoring and respecting another. And do we need to truly understand them, excuse me, to honor and respect? No. But if we can at least get an understanding. And also realizing that even people brought up in the same household, kids brought up in the same household, because this is exactly what's happened with my two sisters and myself. Anyone would think we've been brought up in totally different families. When we have our talks and we remember things or don't remember things that happened in our childhood, we are all unique. We really are. And that uniqueness makes us different. But maybe, yes, we should be honoring the differences, but we should really be seeking out the similarities. Because in some respects, we aren't so different. Food for thought, which is why I make these programs. I hope it has spoken to you. If you have a question, if you have a comment, please do not hesitate to contact me. giftofhealingtv@gmail.com. The website, you can post comments on there. You can ask for them to be kept private, or but I have to see every comment. I have to authorize it to go up onto the website. So you can say keep private. Put a comment on the website, giftofhealingtv.com. I have to think about that, sorry. Feel free to contact me. Feel free to go to the website. There are so many up. There's well over 100 of these thoughtful nuggets and pearls. Some are just me, some are with guests. See what speaks to you. There are interviews with people who have got different practices and techniques, meditations, exercises. Then there's today's conversation, myself and Enolia and our guests. There is so much on the website, deliberately created as a resource. I hope that you will check it out, not just for this video. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then there will be some links underneath so that you haven't got to think about what I've just said. The links are there for you. Next week, first of all, Friday, we have a today's conversation for you. Connection between self-love and success. Myself and Enolia and Christina Konya. So I hope that you will think about joining us for that. And if you've missed it, then it's on the website on the catch-up pages of today's conversation. And then next week, on Wednesday, the 16th of March, a meditation for you. The golden sound of silence. I hope that you will join me for that. In the meantime, take care, be safe, stay well. Love, peace and light, sweet souls. Namaste.